We're going to make a video, and this video will demonstrate how to set up the Skywater 130 nanometer process design kit for Cadence. Hello, I'm going to make a video, and in this video we're going to set up the Skywater 130 nanometer process design kit for Cadence. And so let's go ahead and get started. I'm logged in with X2Go, and you can connect into the machine that you want to work on using various methods. I just happen to be using X2Go for this demonstration. I'm on an ID that I haven't used before, and I could just go ahead and click on the terminal down here at the bottom, and but there's another terminal I like a little bit better. It's my first time using this ID, so I'm going to do a little bit of quick setup before I get to the machine to work on. So I'm going to click on Applications, come down here to System, and then come down here to Terminal. And this is the GNOME terminal. And so I'm going to position the terminal, and I'm going to just make it a little bit bigger, easier to see. And there we go. Now it's where I want it. So if I click on Edit, I can come down here to Preferences. I want to change the colors a little bit. So if I come up here, I pull up the Preferences, I'm going to click on Colors, and I'm going to turn off this Use Colors from System Theme, and it gives me a white background with black letters. I like that better, so I'm going to turn that off. If you like the black letters, if you like the black background with the white letters, you don't have to change this. Okay, I'm logged in, as you can see, with an ID ECE361 demo, and I'm logged into sendeo.ece.lehigh.edu, the X2Go server. This Sendeo machine is not meant to do work on. It's just meant to be a gateway machine using X2Go. Excuse me. So what we're going to do next is we're going to get over to a machine that we can do some work on. And so I'm going to use SSH, the SSH command. I'm not going to be doing any graphical stuff, but I'm going to type in -X anyways. So what that would do is, if there's any graphics, it would tunnel it back so I could see it on my remote device, my laptop, or in my case today it's a desktop. And then a -L means the next thing that I'm going to type in is my user ID, and I'm using the ECE361 demo ID. Okay, and I'm going to go to a machine server 04.ece.lehigh.edu, and I'll hit enter. And you'll notice because I'm logged in with that ECE361 demo ID, and I'm going to another machine on this particular network, I don't need to use a password. So this is a fresh ID. I haven't used it before, and you can see it's just got the standard stuff here, desktop downloads, that type of thing. Now, in order to what we're going to do is we're going to bring over the process design kit, and we're going to put it in this particular ID. And now when you're doing your work, you won't use the ECE361 demo ID. You're going to be using your Lehigh ID, or your ECE Teaching Lab ID, which matches your Lehigh ID. Okay, so if you go to the Lehigh ECE Teaching Labs website, let me just make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so if you go to the ECE Teaching Labs website, and I recommend running the browser from your local device, don't run the browser from Sendeo. And if you click on over here, it says Teaching Labs Linux Platform, and if you come down here to Software Instructions, come down here to Cadence, come down here to Virtuoso and Skywater-PDK, and then click on Setup, Skywater 130 nanometer PDK. And on this web page, you can see there are some commands. And what we're going to do is you can type these commands out. You certainly can do that. I'm just going to actually copy and paste these commands. So that's how I'm going to be getting the commands from this particular website. This website is behind the Lehigh firewall, as are all the servers. So you have to connect in if you're off campus using the Cisco AnyConnect VPN to do everything that you're seeing in this video. Okay, so take that off. And as I said, I'm going to be doing some copying and pasting. So I'm going to get the first command that we're going to run. And I'll also paste these commands in the description on the YouTube video. So the first command we're going to run is it's going to copy a file called skywater-130 release.tar into our home directory. And we'll give that a second. And what's taking a while is it's mounting this directory remotely. So that took a second. Now the next command we're going to do is we're going to type a command cd, and what that's going to do is that's going to put us in our home directory, and that's where we copied this this file. And if I type pwd, that's not on the directions on the web page. If I type pwd and take a look at the present working directory, I'm in /home ECE361 demo. If I type ls, that's going to do a listing of the files and directories that are in the current working directory where I'm sitting. And you can now see there's the Sky130 tar file in there. So what we're going to do next is we're going to extract that file, that tar file. And that tar file, the tar file is actually the tar extension stands for tape archive. And back in the old days, things were, when you made backups, you had to get like one contiguous file and to be able to put it onto tape, and that was called a tape archive file. Okay, so the next command that we're going to run is we're going to run a command tar xvf, and so the X means extract what's in the tar file, V means verbose, and F means the next thing that comes is going to be the file that we want to extract. So I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. And because we put in verbose, we can see what's being extracted. Okay, now I'm going to type that ls command again to see what's in this directory. And so now you can see that there's a Sky130 release directory here in addition to the tar file. And that's the what's inside that directory is the process design kit. So the next thing we're going to do now, we don't need this tar file anymore. So we're going to type rm, which means remove, Sky130, and then type out that file name dot, I'm sorry, and A, we need to type the A there, and then tar. We're going to remove that tar file. Now if we type ls again, we can see that Sky130 directory is there, and the tar file is now gone. Okay, so that's all there is to that's all there is to setting up the Sky 130 nanometer process design kit. And I hope this was helpful, and thanks for listening. The next thing we would do, obviously, we would exit out of our screens, and then we would go ahead and log off if that's all we were doing. Okay. Again, thanks for listening, and I hope this was helpful.